I worked in the film industry. The way that films are set up and the way that movies work is you pick an audience, a rom-com. Oh, well, that targets this group of people. Or a drama, that targets this group of people. Well, now, with the way that psychological operations have advanced and the way technology's advanced, well, they moved it from demographics to psychographics.
Every human being has susceptibilities. So that's why psychographics are so important right now, because I can reach inside your brain with this little machine that you're holding right now, listening to this show. We can reach inside your brain anytime we want. And I don't want to do it by, okay, are you a 55-year-old male living in Alabama, most likely to vote for Trump? No, those are demographics. I want the psychographics. I want to target you based upon, do you wake up in the morning and need coffee? What susceptibilities did you just learn by a human being who needs coffee every morning? These are psychographics. This is where they're getting in your heads. If I find out all these things you like because it's on a record, what you buy, what you watch, where you hang out, where you spend your time.
From a psyops, from an information warfare perspective, you've got the ultimate weapon at your fingertips, social media.
Each one of these platforms is an asset, is a domain of war. And it doesn't matter if you're talking about Twitter, it doesn't matter if you're talking about TikTok. And look at Elon Musk, okay? He is like a general in charge of an artillery army of messaging. It's just always going, always going, always going.
The $44 billion deal.
Seriously, it's an interesting thing. When you're looking at people purchase and changing and set up these platforms, those are massive weapon systems in fifth generation of war.
Social media, I always thought of it as social media. I never thought of it as an intelligence gathering operation. But then you start thinking about it and you're like, why do they have the right to just collect my data, collect my psychographics? Because you signed this user agreement, or you just agreed to it. And most people never read that stuff. That's how we fall victim. They know we are lazy. How do I get, oh, just click yes. And you click yes, and now you've agreed, and legally.
Well, the information that we plug into the system willingly, there's a place in Utah called Bumblehive. And it's a facility you could look up.
And this is the scary thing. This is the thing that I don't think the population understands. These platforms, they gather your data, what you like, what you dislike, who you connect with, and the public's like, oh, this is cool, man.
After 9/11, and the Patriot Act was introduced, and they thought it would be a good idea to collect everything on everybody at all times. They had to have a place to store this ungodly amounts of data. And that's where they came up with this Bumblehive facility, and that's where you will find that data. To the people that don't concern themselves with their information being shared, like they're open, like me. I know whatever I post is going to be processed and stored indefinitely, right? I know this, but I still do it because I have nothing to hide, right? We all think like that. We have nothing to hide. Well, it doesn't impact us until that digital twin of ourselves, because we're giving that information to them, right? Now I have a Brian sitting next to me that they can fire up on a computer program, a simulation, and say, well, you know, we need Brian to do this, or we need Brian to do that. What can I do? What can I show him? Or what can I message him? Or whatever the vector of attack is, right? Put in front of him. What can I do to change his thought process or to manipulate him to do this or that?
And say your mom died a year ago, or say your brother died, or your sister, or your wife, and you want to talk to them, and they have a data profile, a clone, a twin in the digital space, well, guess what? You can pay to have access to your dead relative.
나연이 보고 싶었어. 나연이 잘 있지?
맞아. 우리 엄마 그러는 거 좋아했지.
They're trying to remove you from the world that God created and get you to move into a world that man created, to be like the world that God created, and slowly, incrementally remove every freedom you have. So you have nothing.
A part of that plan, of course, is to induce the gradual surrender of American sovereignty, piece by piece and step by step, to various international organizations, of which the United Nations is the outstanding but far from the only example.
And now then, because we are introducing this amazing item for the first time in this country, it isn't going to cost you 1 cent. All you have to do is sign this little scrap of paper, and you get your bottle absolutely free.
I hereby turn over to ISM Incorporated everything I have, including my freedom and the freedom of my children and my children's children, in return for which said ISM promises to take care of me forever.